Well, these personality types are going to be an interesting topic. We know that we are very diverse. We are very different one to each other. And well, in a way, here we have some personalities. Here we have the one who loves to drink, the musician, the friendly one, the troublemaker, the funny one, the best friends, the young one, the old one, and the crazy one. Of course, there are some who are very serious, some ones who are very touchy. But what about you, Maria del Rosario? How are you like? What's your personality type?
Well, I'm considered I'm a friendly person. Funny too. And I try to be the best friends to be the best friend with my friends.
Hey, that's very good. So you are one of the best friends.
Yes.
Excellent. Pretty good. Okay, so what about you, Emmanuel?
I think I have a little bit of each one, inclusive the crazy one. Uh, but if I have to feel more closer to, I think between the friendly one and the troublemaker.
Wow. Why troublemaker?
Well, sometimes I I'm so lousy and I like to break the rules.
And how do you consider that? Is it good or is it bad?
Sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
Uh, Sometimes the persons who break rules uh, uh, used to be more creative in some
Yeah.
aspects.
Well, I think that you're, well, the people who break the rules are not only creative, but also free, spontaneous.
Yes, of course.
That's pretty good. Okay. And what about you, Maria del Rosario?
Mm, well, mm, I don't understand the activity. I have to choose what personality is close to me.
Well, if there is one in the screen, but for example, here we are not considering the serious one or the deity person. So if there is one like this, okay, choose one. If your personality type is completely different, well, please talk to us about it.
Oh, okay, thank you. So, for example, I don't like I don't like drinking. In fact, I I can support or I can support drinker people.
I can't, you can't support or you can't stand.
I can stand drinker
That's
because
it.
many of them have a bad behavior.
That's it.
I,
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Here we have another image. Okay, here we have some vocabulary about personality types. Can you find some that describe you? Why don't you talk to us about five words that can describe the way you are?
okay. Mm, I creativity,
Um,
humorous, physical.
I'm checking. Mm,
All right.
um, 'cause there's so many. Well, I think impulsive is one. Funny,
Why?
uh, charming and modest,
Hey, that's great.
enthusiastic, determined, sometimes arrogant.
Why?
Or, excuse me,
Why?
arrogant. Uh, well, sometimes it's something I am working to, but I think it's it's a problem that I am preparing.
Okay.
I used to be arrogant. Now
Mm.
I'm perfect.
That's it. Okay. So what about you, Maria del Rosario?
Well, I'm sometimes sarcastic because when I lost the control, I lost the mood. I'm sarcastic, uh, but at the same time, I humorous and hardworking. On passion is part of my personality. I don't want to wait it. I'm trying to modify this behavior, but sometimes I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I pessimist about Mexico, the future of Mexico.
Pessimistic?
Yes,
Why?
because mm, I I believe in something, and year by year I realize that the thing changes. There are minimum changes. Before that, in this moment in my life, I pessimistic about the Mexico as a country, as a town.
You know what? I share a little with you. Uh, your way of thinking. This is not your personality. This is momentaneously the way you feel about something. But yes, sometimes I am a little pessimistic about the future of our country because of the attitude of people. Because what really makes our country is people. And so if we don't do what we have, of course, we don't have a good future because we can't be waiting for somebody to fix everything that we don't do well. And so it may be, but well, don't worry. Today's work is not about politics. Today's work is about personality. So please
Yes,
let's think about 5 words that you are not. For example, maybe you could say, I am not ambitious, or am I ambitious? I don't know. No, I am ambitious. I am not. I am not. Oh my, quarrelsome. I am not quarrelsome. What else? I
So what
am
is quarrelsome?
quarrelsome is a person who is all of the time fighting with people, making problems, like a troublemaker, but is the person who very constantly starts a discussion.
Okay, with other people.
That's it. Okay, let's look for 5 words that don't describe us.
Okay. Sorry, what do you mean plucky?
Plucky. Could you please help me find it? Plucky, plucky.
Is close to independent. It's between independent and friendly words.
Ah,
Okay,
yeah.
I see.
Plucky. It means brave, valiant.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
And below the independent says, I see cante, cantecherus. What is cantecherus?
Cantankerous.
It's
Can
under independent.
Cantankerous.
Below independent,
It's under the independent word.
Ah, yes.
not confident.
Cantankerous. Okay. Well, it means whenever you are a person who is very angrily, a person who gets angry very easily, and it's very explosive, like grunchy. Into Spanish, we say it cascarrabias.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Are you a cantankerous person?
No, I think so. I don't think so.
No, you are not.
I'm not serious.
That's
The
great.
word I find.
That's pretty good.
Um,
Teacher, what about sneaky?
Sneaky, where is it? Sneaky.
It's in the top. No, it's on the bottom of the mm, right side.
Here.
It's under superficial.
Aha, sneaky. Sneaky is a person who is all of the time looking for the things that don't concern to him or to her. It's a person who is,
metiche.
yes, that's it.
Sneaky. I'm not sneaky.
Yeah, no. Are you sneaky?
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, of course you are not. A sneaky person is the one who is checking your cell phone when he or she can, who is looking into your house, who says, may I go to your bedroom? And he or she goes to your bedroom and sneaks around about what is there. Well, the one who is paying attention to things that are not concerned to him or to her.
I think I'm not emotional.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the two ones.
What about Sulen? Are you a Sulen person or are you not a Sulen person? Here we are. Let me change the color of the arrow so that you can see.
Yeah, I see solo, but
So,
I don't know what means Sulen.
Sulen is a person who is most of the times sad, who is not very friendly, not very sociable, is the person who is most of the times like, into Spanish we say sombrío, osco.
No, I'm not Sulen. I'm sure that.
Okay. Do we
And
have
what means tidy?
TD? Where
Yes,
is it?
tidy.
TD,
Right to the brave.
Mm-hmm.
The
brave.
next word,
In the bottom of the left side.
Here, TD?
Yeah.
It means
tidy.
very, yeah, it means very, very clean. A TD person is all of the time trying to have everything brilliant, everything clean. Into Spanish, we say, ay, even into Spanish it is,
Pulcro.
aha, that's it, pulcro,
Pulcro.
pulcro, that's it, that's the word.
I find one. Chai is tímido.
Timid, shy.
Chai tímido.
Aha, yes, that's it.
I'm not shy.
Hey, that's great. And what
And
about
what
you?
about sorry?
Yes,
Sorry.
where is it?
Where is between conscientious, and generous. It's
Conscientious and
almost in the
generous.
middle of the.
Surly,
Yes.
surly. Okay, give me a moment. Surly. It means a person who is some of the times or most of the times angry. Surly is a person who very easily gets
Get
get
angry.
angry. Yes. Uh, I don't know, maybe a person, into Spanish we say the character agrio.
Surely.
So,
You know what? I didn't I didn't think that the meaning of this word could be like this. I thought that surely could be a person who is very sure of anything, but no, it is opposite way around. So I think that this is a false friend.
Okay. I I, I could think that is about be surely.
Uh-huh. Okay, so do me a favor. Let's write in the chat some of the words that you consider difficult or different, the ones that you don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have straightforward. Straightforward is a person who is very direct when he or she speaks. It's a person who don't think too much about what he or she is going to say or how he or she will do it. So it's direct with what he or she wants to say. Picky. Picky is a person who is most of the time criticizing the others and who is very special about the things that he or she accepts. It's a difficult person sometimes. What else? Here we have conceited. A conceited person is the one who is very vanish most of the times, very arrogant. The one who thinks that he or she is the most special person in the world. That's a very conceited person. Pompous. A pompous is a person who is pretentious, who is very vanish. Here we have also broad mind. A broad mind is a person who, how to explain it to you? Is a person who is open-minded, kind of like that. It's a person who accepts many of the different ways people think and is not judgmental.
In Spanish is tolerante.
Abierta.
De mente abierta, open-minded.
Okay.
Here we have also stingy. Well, stingy is a person who is not generous. It's a person who never gives any mercy, any charity, who doesn't help anybody. Whenever we are talking about money, for example, or when he or she has to give something. Deity. Deity is a person who is very fine, very refined, very delicate, very exquisite, and even a little difficult for accepting things. For example, if it could be also with food. A deity person he difficultly accepts something that he or she doesn't like. For example, a deity boy could say, this, no, I don't like it. Thank you, but I won't eat it.
In Spanish, quisquilloso.
Quisquilloso, melindroso, but very fine, very refined, very elegant. Picky, well, we talked about the picky person is the one who is criticizing the others all of the time. Quarrelsome is the person who is all of the time discussing something. Yes. Fighting for anything. And we have also witty. Witty is an ingenious person, a creative one. Yes. All right. Any other?
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Any other word that you don't know or that you would like to use?
Clumsy.
Clumsy. Clumsy is a person who is not very delicate, who is not very intelligent whenever he or she does things. Into Spanish, we could say torpe, burdo.
Okay.
Okay, here we have also callous. Callous.
Eager.
Eager. Eager, where is it? It's a person who is very enthusiastic. It's a person who is all of the time wanting to do. For example, if you are an eager person, you are all of the time very enthusiastic to do something, to learn something. Um, Callous is a cruel person. It's cruel, nonsensible, hard.
Eager is contrary to lazy.
Yes, that's it. Eager is an enthusiastic person. The opposite could be lazy. Yes.
The opposite. Okay.
Okay, so thought. Thought could be a person who is hard, difficult, resistant. For example, a thought person is the one who doesn't believe very easily in something, who says, no, 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 you won't convince me so quickly. Okay, so guess what? Let's try to use now these words. For example, you know what? For me, it is very difficult to be straightforward because sometimes I think too much about how to say the things to people so that people can't, well, it's not going to be hurt maybe or uncomfortable with what I say. So I am definitely not straightforward. I like to be a little more dainty when I speak to people. I am not a picky person. I am, well, I don't like to be a picky person because I respect the others and the way they think. Sometimes I am a conceited woman because I like to be recognized. Maybe I am a little vanished. That's why I think that I am a conceited person. I am a very broad mind person because I respect all of the trends, all of the uh, points of view. I am not a pompous person because I like to be very simple, very single. So I don't like to be showing off anything. Uh, about the other, am I stinky? No, I don't think so. I like to be very, um, what's the opposite word? The person who gives everything and he or she doesn't mind about it. And so,
Generate.
but you?
Generous.
Yes, I like to be very generous. I don't like to be stingy. Uh, sometimes I am very dainty. Most of the times when I speak, I like to be I like to speak very daintily. I am not quarrelsome. I hate quarreling. Sometimes I'm very witty. Uh, Even, for example, when I have a problem, I like to find a very quick solution, a very practical solution. And I think I am very witty. I am not a callous person. I am very sensitive about what the others think or what the others is facing. Uh, Eager. I am a very eager person. I like very much to be pioneering on things. And about talked, no, I am not very talked. You can convince me very easily.
Uh-huh.
So what about you, Maria del Rosario? What of all of these things are you or aren't you?
Well, I'm not coward. I'm not cowardly
Uh-huh.
because I'm considered a brave woman. Women,
Hey, that's great.
woman. Sorry, woman.
Woman.
So I'm not aggressive. In fact, I'm an easygoing person.
An
So
easygoing person.
easygoing, yes. So I'm not sad person because I'm all the time. Well, all the time I love it. So
Uh-huh.
I humorous. So I'm sometimes probably I'm nasty person when I get angry,
Ah,
especially with a intolerant person. I say the intolerant too. Yeah, I nasty. Even I try to modify that, but sometimes it's so difficult for me.
oh,
So I'm a hard work. I hard working person, and I'm not lazy.
hey, thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing. Okay, so Emmanuel, what about you?
I think I am very imaginative, and that gives me uh, some inventive and creativity. Uh, Sometimes I I used to be sarcastic, or many times I used to be sarcastic. Uh, I feel that I'm self-confident and impulsive. Uh, I try to be independent most of the time, and my willing is high. When I propose something, I try to do as best possible, and enthusiastic. Every time I'm enthusiastic about what I'm doing. Um, I'm not lazy or careless. Uh, sometimes sometimes compulsive, but nothing uh, hard to resolve.
Yeah, it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing about yourself. That's very nice. And you know what? I think that something of the most difficult part is sometimes to recognize or to accept some things that we don't like about ourselves.
Yes, I think it's very hard.
Yes,
Yes, too
I
much.
think so.
Okay, so you know what? I think that sometimes when I am angry, I tend to be a little obnoxious. Obnoxious. Here you are. Do you know what does obnoxious mean?
No.
Is a person who is perverse, who is bothering, who tend to be nasty even. Because when I am angry, I don't think that I am hurting people. Later on, when I realized, I regret about it, but it is something that I have to work with also, not to be obnoxious. Okay, so let's go to this one. Who are you? Type A personality or type B, your personality. What about you, Rosario?
Well, it's type A.
Hey, that's great.
Type A, too.
Type A, so you are plucky people.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Me
There are some people who are type B. Well, I think that in my case, I am sometimes type A and sometimes type B. Sometimes I am very enthusiastic, I am very eager, but whenever I don't have time, or whenever I am tired, or with some specific tasks, for example, to spread my bed, I tend to procrastinate. In that case, for example, for spreading my bed, I am type B personality. I say, oh, I will do it later. So it is not good. But whenever I am talking about plans, about projects, I am type A. Type A. So, well,
Yes, that's true.
are you always, in all of the cases, type A?
I would like to be type A every time, but
Yes.
that's not happen. I I feel the same as you. Sometimes to some task I like to be a type A, but some tasks definitely I become a type B person.
That's it. Yes. I think that it is impossible to be type A all
All
of
the
the time,
time.
I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. What about you, Rosario?
Yes, me too. It depends on the circumstances of the task. I type A or type B. That's true. Because it's at the same time it's so hard to be all the time in type A.
Yeah, and well, in my case, as I told you before, whenever it is something related to spread my bed, mostly
Hmm.
it's that I can't do it. Sometimes I do it very early in the morning. I wake up and I do it. But some other times, even for example on Saturday or Sunday, I say I will spread my bed. Now later on, I am going to lay down on bed again later, maybe in 1 hour or two. But it comes the evening, and I didn't spread my bed. I can't believe it. I did all the my household chores, but not my bed. I don't know what happens to me about that specific task. But well, I would like to think that it is common.
Yeah.
It's common,
It's
surely.
very,
All right, so look at this. Here we have some personality types. And here we have that they are divided, according to some studies, in four different types: the dominant, the influential, the compliant, and the steady stable. What is your kind of personality? Are you dominant? Are you influential? Are you compliant? Or are you steady stable?
Influential.
Influential. Why? Talk to us about it.
uh, because the 5 points that describe influentials, I think is what most match with me. I enjoy the spotlight, like to be liked, life of the party all the time, warm and honest, and natural talk.
Hey, that's great. So you are dominant and influential.
Influential.
Aha, influential. Excellent. All right. Thank you. And Maria del Rosario, what about you?
Mm, it's so hard to choose one of them because it depends on the circumstances. And for example, when I had a family problem, and sometimes I dominant in my family. But for example, in my job, I study.
Okay. Hey,
Uh,
that's pretty good. Yes, you're right.
yeah, for example, with my friends or in a Paris, I influential or in a job. Even we have to work in team, I influential.
That's great. Yes, you're right. We can't have only one personality type. There are many people who can be the four types.
Yes.
It depends
That,
on the situation, as you said.
yes. For example, sometimes I try to be perfectionist.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Sometimes no.
Uh-huh. Well, and you know what? You mentioned something so interesting. Sometimes we have some parts, some characteristics of any personality type. For example, I love analysis also. I love sticklers for the rules, but I don't read the terms and conditions. Um, I am not often a perfectionist, so I am a little compliant. I am sometimes dominant, but I am not direct communicator. I am very decisive. I am very task and time oriented. I am a natural leader, but sometimes I don't have powerful energy. Well, maybe in my classes, but whenever I am with my family, I prefer not to be so energetic. Uh, I enjoy the spotlight. I am influential also. I like to be liked. I like to be life of the party. I am warm and honest, and I am natural talker. I think that it is mostly my personality.
okay.
And I am a loyal team player. I focus on community. I don't like to research.
Yes.
I am calm, caring energy. No, I am powerful, energetic. I am a natural supporter. So I think that my major is influential and a little of some of the others. So maybe for you it was a little difficult, no, to say I am dominant or I am compliant, because you can find some of your personality traits in some of the other types. What about you, Emmanuel?
Well, I think the most weight is in influential.
Uh-huh.
Have
And
some of the others, but it's less than my personality weight on influential.
what about dominant?
Um, yes, a powerful energy sometimes. Uh, Direct communicator. I I I I think sometimes I can be a direct communicator, but not this most of the time. Very decisive. It's hard to receive if I'm very decisive, decisive. I think I'm not decided. Time and task oriented, definitely not.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, it's very hard. Natural leader sometimes, but I not a natural talk with them.
Okay, and so what about compliant?
Compliant. Ooh, I love analysis, yes, but some kind of analysis. Strictly to the rules, definitely not. Often a perfectionist, not. Read the terms and conditions, never. I never like that.
Yes.
Natural, very accurate, no, definitely not. Not with my, it's far away of my personality.
Yeah. So what about steady, stable? Steady or
Uh,
stable?
okay, loyal team player, I think, yes. I think I'm loyal team player. Focus on community. Uh, I do, but it's hard to me to do that. It's not natural to me. Like to research, yes, I like to research, but not my favorite kind of work to do. Calm and caring energy sometimes, but I'm explosive too. And natural supporter, I think am not far
Oh,
away of it.
all right. Thank you very much. Maria del Rosario, what about you?
For example, in an influential personality, I'm natural talker, but I'm not a life of the party. In fact, I don't like parties too much.
Uh-huh.
In the compliant,
Compliant.
compliant, I loves analysis and I'm stickers for the rules, but I'm not naturally very accurate. And for example, in steady or stable, I'm loyal team player, but I'm no natural support. In a dominant, I'm natural leader, but uh, I'm very decisive,
Very
but
decisive.
yes, but I'm not time and task oriented.
Uh-huh. That's difficult.
Yes,
Hey, that's very interesting. Look how we can have many different traits. So we don't have a special type of personality, but yes, we have a dominant one, the major. So, hey, I think that it was so interesting. I don't know if you want to have any other comment, any question, because you know what? We could be talking for a long time about this, but unfortunately time is over. But any other comment, any question, something that you would like to say?
Just thank you. It's very glad to have these sessions.
Okay.
I wait the next week to continue.
Thank you very much. You know what? Next class, it's going to be the last in this period. So I hope we are going to have a very special session. So to say goodbye to the course.
okay. Thanks
All
for
right.
the last.
Okay. Thank you very much and have a very good night.
Good
It's the
night.
same for you.
Thank
Good night,
you.
Maria Rosario.
Yes, bye, Emmanuel.
Good night.
Good night.